Hilltoppers supposedly originated as the nickname for Western Kentucky University sports teams and the school, though it wasn't called WKU then, nearly 100 years ago, when the basketball team exacted revenge on Vanderbilt University with a narrow victory. It stuck and soon became official, in a sense. It is a somewhat innocuous name, but is appropriate for a school that sits on a rather prominent hill overlooking the city of Bowling Green, Kentucky. However, outside of Bowling Green in southern Kentucky, the name generates questions and good-natured, sometimes, ribbing by those who haven't stood at the bottom of College Street down in Bowling Green and looked up to the campus. It may not seem all that important outside of Bowling Green now, but who knows, maybe centuries from now, Hilltoppers will resonate across the nation as an honored designation of WKU and Bowling Green, Kentucky. After all, other names have risen from the same innocuous beginning to achieve universal and millennia-long acclaim. Today's Saturdays in the Psalms on Morning Minutes in the Bible examines one of those names found in Psalm 14, Zion. After lamenting the lack of wisdom among the fools of his day, most likely those who denied God in practice but not in name, the psalmist turned his attention to the righteous who looked to God for refuge, Psalm 14 verses 5 and 6, instead of their own power, like the fools described in the beginning of the psalm. He ended the psalm with a plea and a promise. Oh, that the salvation of Israel would come out of Zion is the plea, and when the Lord restores his captive people, Jacob will rejoice, Israel will be glad, is the promise, Psalm 14 verse 7. Zion is a powerful word among religious people today because of its association with Jerusalem and Jehovah. However, its origin is much more innocuous. In fact, finding its origin isn't easy, but it seems to have come from a word meaning hill or high point, and then referred to a fortified area on a hill. After David took Zion, 2 Samuel 5:7, it was forever associated with God and his people. It soon was used as the name for the whole city of Jerusalem, and especially the Temple Mount where God dwelt with his people. 1,000 years later, it was used to refer to heaven itself as God's true dwelling place. Hebrews 12 verses 22 through 24. If you want to be a hilltopper, that's great. I know a lot of good people who are. However, if you want a lasting name, seek to be known as a resident of Zion. That's where eternity with God, Jesus, the angels, and all the righteous saints will be found. They're waiting for you and me, so that's where I want to go, and I hope you do too. Thank you for watching Saturdays in the Psalms on Morning Minutes in the Bible. Until next time, this is James from McClenny hoping you have a great day.